Welcome to CoinBook. My name is Calvin Waite, and I'm a professional crypto trader. I really like getting feedback from you guys about the market, what you're trading, successes, failures, so I'm going to go ahead and start giving out a t-shirt every week now. What I'll do is I'll look at all comments from Thursday to Thursday, and then Friday select a random winner. Good morning, everybody. Sorry about yesterday's video. There were some construction guys working on some stuff. I didn't realize how loud it was. So I apologize for the raccoons in the garbage bin there. So sorry about that. I figured I'd do this a little earlier so that I can beat that. Anyway, so talking about Bitcoin, this chart just looks ridiculous, just like every day. You open it up and you see that we're at an all-time high. $35,000 is a serious milestone. So new day, new all-time high. I'm looking at the 50. It's now at 22,300. Our 100-day moving average is at 17,676. Man, that's crazy. If this gets above 20,000 in the next week or so, it's just going to be, this is just an absolute skyrocketing momentum move here. So anyway, our 200 is back at 14,000, which is, we're more than double that. But we're just watching, looking for any kind of signs of weakness, anything at all. And I don't see any. Like there's nothing here to say this is a weak chart or there's a sign of a turnaround. There's also no like super fast run up that has changed course so much that we're getting too overextended too fast. We've kept in a pretty decent line right here. Usually how this works is we get a kind of a flat period. We'll get a slow, so this would be our flat period, then we have a slow rise line, and then we get to a fast rise line, and then once the fast rise line is over, we'll switch over to a vertical or a parabolic line, and once we get really steep, that's when the correction will happen. So right now we're still in a pretty safe zone, nothing really to worry about. Someone in the comments mentioned that, I had talked about yesterday that we're probably prepping for 40,000. We're heading to 40,000. But if you really want to be technical, the actual target is 38,000. So 38,000 is our trade, but just because we've moved so far and there's no sign of a slowdown, it's not time to take profits yet. So looking amazing this morning. So today our market cap has jumped a bit. We opened up at about 2.25 million Bitcoin as a market cap, and then we've gone up to 8.5. So that 250,000 Bitcoin market cap, it's just so much money now that Bitcoin is worth as much as it is, that alts are really showing a lot of green. Just look at, if I scroll down kind of through the list, we've got a lot of double-digit gainers. Look at Stellar. There's just quite a few that are just really doing well. So pretty awesome day. Yesterday I tweeted out to TradingView. Of course they didn't reply, but we just had an unexplained jump in others' dominance, which doesn't make any sense. I don't know if they've recalculated something or if they added a new coin or something to this, but somehow we added half a percent to others, which is a huge amount of money for the others category. I thought maybe XRP had moved their money into the others dominance, but I still don't think so, because look, XRP.D, this is XRP dominance, and it's still on the board. They're still taking 1% of the entire market share. Of course, they've dropped from 5, but they're still that 1%. So if they still have their own ticker and everything, they probably didn't include that. But still, it's weird to see a 0.5% jump for no reason. I went through and there was no indication, like it didn't follow any trend. So a lot of the money is in Ethereum and some of these larger coins. So anyway, we'll see what happens here. Either way, even if it does, I know there are bots and there are trading strategies that base their information on these dominance charts. So we could actually benefit from that, even if it's a miscalculation or just an adjustment in their algorithm. So everyone's trying to figure out if alts are going up or if they're going down. Looks like we're at the bottom of the escalator, and so we should be going up. But we're still trying to figure it out. That trader right there is like, what the heck? Oh, well, we almost changed direction. No, we're still kind of hanging out here. We'll figure it out. There are a lot of alts to talk about today. The first one is Ethereum. So it took us 2 days to get above this line. We still haven't fully closed above it, but it looks like we might. So there's a decent resistance that's showing up like right along here. So we'll see if we can actually breach it or not. But there's a lot of people excited about Ethereum, especially because the USD portion of Ethereum is doing so well. So we're watching that very closely. We may have broken this line, which is a positive thing. I wanted to also mention Litecoin. So Litecoin has been, we've been watching it closely because we're about to get to that golden cross. I love this. Look at this. We've got 2 days now where we have found support on the 200. This is good. We're looking for stuff like this. If we get a couple of days of support on the 200, we don't want to hit it too many times. Like if we get 3, 4, 5 hits, then we're in trouble. But coming down, touching it, and then the next day touching it again, and then having a green bar, this is good. This is what we would love to see. I would love to see this move plus a close above these bodies. That would set us up for a little bit more momentum. But I think the golden cross just might be the ticket to get us over that 50 that we've struggled with for the past 3 attempts. Next one to look at is DigiByte. So DigiByte's not looking very great. You might call this a sideways consolidation, which would not be a bad thing. The only problem is that we did trade lower than our body here. So since this didn't hold, DigiByte's back to questionable again. Our price point is still fantastic, so it's may not necessarily be time to bail, but it is our pattern has fallen apart. So if there's another downside, we might need to wait for another entry. But I'm going to kind of hang on to my position here. But if you were trading this actively, you'd probably want to see if you could exit that position, just because we've turned upside down here. We haven't lost our bottom, so I mean it could turn into a double bottom, but we'd need to see some pretty good support. We need to see a pop up, and technically we haven't closed above the 50. That's our safest bet that we're out of the woods. So still watching DigiByte. One other coin that looks amazing is Verge. I wanted to point out, look what we've got here. We have our inverse head and shoulders pattern. So if we close above this neckline, we're in good shape. Verge actually looks pretty bullish right now. This is the type of stuff that I love to see. This is a good entry. So I'll be entering that definitely today or tomorrow if we can just close above that neckline. Our good buddy Link is finally showing some support. Look at this. We have support, flip to resistance. We got 4 candles of resistance, and then we backed off. and now we've hit it resistance, resistance. Today we're right there. So I like this because it gives you time. Coins like Cardano, you know, like there was very little chance to really get in. When things move so quickly, it's hard to make a trade. But with Link, we've got a pretty good slower setup. We've got a little chance. Problem is that our 50 is pretty high. So if we really tried to go, it'd probably be a high probability that we'd get rejected on the 50. But a lot of coins are doing this. There's a lot of coins that are starting to round off. That's why I think probably within a week we'll start seeing entry points for an alt season. And this alt season is about a 50% discount from the last one. So I'm really looking forward to the entry points that we find along the way. Should be pretty good. I know there are a fair number of you that follow Curve also. And I wanted to point out the structure on Curve. Like here we have a little mini cup and handle. And so the top of the cup and the handle that we're looking at right now is this resistance. So back in November of last year, we touched down and created a support right here. And then as we came through and had a long candle to break that support, we've created a rounded cup and handle right at that support. So this will definitely get bouncy if we can bust through this resistance right here. This will be a nice trade because look at our price. We're down here at 20. Let's see. I guess it's 2,300 satoshis, and we pop above that, and we don't have to go too far before we've doubled our investment. So Curve is looking like we've got a pretty decent setup right here. Now look at VeChain. VeChain looks really, really awesome right now. Back when we did a video that we had this nice breakout and we were ready to rock and roll, we immediately got rejected. So that was pretty crappy. But look at this. So as we dropped back down, we fell through the 50. We hit the 50 as resistance, but just 3 days ago, we did break above and closed above the 50. And what's interesting is that our rejection that happened before happened off of the 100-day moving average. And look where we are today. So not only did we kind of have a zigzag and establish the 50 as support, but we also started our day with a jump above the 100. So this is a better entry than this because we've broken the 100. So now we're above the 50 and the 100. It just might be that VeChain is ready to go. So if we get a couple of days, our main challenge will be that we sort of got rejected off this 50 week. If we can close above this 50 week, I think we're ready to rock and roll with VeChain. So VeChain's looking pretty good too. Okay, it is time to separate the CoinBook trolls from the CoinBook fans. So these are the magnificent t-shirts that we are giving away every Friday. These are individually packaged with love from your best friends, China. There's also this incredible option designed by yours truly. And we'll be giving away probably 1 or 2 of these every Friday to just a random comment on any of the videos over the past week. But, and I don't blame you, if you absolutely cannot live without one of these shirts, I am willing to part with them for $15 worth of your favorite crypto. Just reach out to me on social media and we'll get you guys hooked up.